All right. Welcome to the show. We have volume off the rip. Oh, I feel good right now.
I made sure. I was like, I'm pushing the mute buttons
Look
today.
at you. Look at you. Always taking care of me. Guys, it's Tuesday, January 27th, 2026. I don't think I have to say the year anymore after this one. UFC 324 just happened. A lot to get into. 325 is coming up. So much more. There's a couple fun other nuggets with Paramount Plus. PFL now has rankings. L. Dawson, I don't know if you've seen it. It's amazing. Shout out to the PFL. A lot to get into. This is kind of start. Sunday morning, UNG, best show on Fight Bananas. You guys went through it. Is there anything that you're like dying to pick my brain about, or is there something a day or two now is gone you want to jump on? Let's start right into 324 wrapping up.
I think okay, so I have an opinion on this.
Okay.
And I guess my question is, after seeing how, and like especially compared to other fights on the card, like skill for skill, after seeing skill for skill, Patty and Gaethje, do we feel more like Gaethje deserves to have a belt right now, or less like Gaethje deserves to have a belt right now?
Wow,
That's
that's a
for you.
can I answer your question with a thing that I definitely a tirade I want to go on? And then I there's something there. L.
Absolutely.
Dawson, I think, and everyone that knows me, I think I'm very good at pushing, promoting someone else. They're great. I'm blessed in life. I'm fine. L. Dawson, I feel I have never been more right about a Saturday night main event in my life. And there's so much there, right? One, for 4 years on Fight Bananas, I feel like I was the pro Patty guy. I'm like, guys, Patty is good. He's good. And I said this from the beginning. I never thought he would be world champion, but I always thought he was better than what the middle class MMA fan was. And I think we saw that. He's never going to be world champion. We saw that on Saturday night. I feel super confident about that, but I still think he's better than what people thought. I think he's honestly, El, if I would, I think he's the seventh best lightweight in the world right now, and that's where I have him.
Do you think he beats Fiziev?
That's a great fight. I'm 50-50, maybe 3 to 5 rounds. Let's see what Fiziev does on Saturday. That's a good one. I'm not sure. That's a 50-50.
I think he's a good litmus test for the mid guys, you know?
Yeah. I don't think he beats any of those Armand, Max, Charles, Ilya. We saw Gaethje, and there's a couple American top team boys I think beats his butt as well. But I do think he beats that older class of lightweight on the way out, and a couple of those guys. I think he's 50-50 with Ziem and yeah, I hate to say this. Him versus Moicano's close. I think that's a good fight.
I don't know that it's different styles, but I still don't think it's close.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, Patty can grapple, but like he just looks so slow on the feet. You know?
Yeah.
Okay. Like he's hard, and he looks like he's really strong.
Yeah, he is. With that being said, I feel like maybe if I could just hearing you and I heard something, I don't think you're giving Gaethje enough credit on one beating Patty. And like I said, on this whole week, I've never been not more sure. Gaethje was winning that fight. I didn't see the other side at all. Most of the time, especially you can be like, hey, Dave, this, and this. I'm like, no, you're actually brilliant. I kind of see it. I never saw Patty winning this fight ever. Check my Hard Rock bet. I made one of my biggest MMA bets ever on Gaethje. I'm like, the veteranship, just he's fought the top 10. He's never fought not a top 10. And I don't think I never put Patty in that spot ever. I thought it was a closer maybe fight than I thought. And there was a couple times I thought Gaethje almost got him out. Second, I think at the end of the first and the third, he almost got him out.
There was a round where Patty almost got Gaethje out.
That's Gaethje. I never felt danger. Did you ever think that he was going to TKO him in that spot?
In the third round? Yeah. He hit him so many times in the third. And it looked very concerning. I was like, oh, shoot. Like, that's the problem that I'm having is to see Gaethje be so dominant and Patty look so just like a fish out of water in that first round. And then
Yeah.
to go to, then this guy that didn't look at all prepared for this fight had like had a solid round and some moments where we were like, oh crap, like he's teeing off. He might actually get him out of here. Like, to me, that just solidified my entire idea of this fight, that the real interim belt is happening March 7th. Like,
and when you said that last week, El, I'm like, that's so spot on. And you are 100% right on that. And you're ready for this one. I've never thought I would say this or think this, and now I feel strongly about it. Arman whoops all of them. What are we talking about? Arman whoops all of them except for Ilya. That's the two best lightweights in the world is Ilya Taporia and Arman Tsarukyan.
No, 100%. And that's we're gonna see that fight again eventually. I get it. Everybody's mad at Arman. The UFC's mad at Arman. Whatever. We have to see that fight eventually. Ilya has faced so many different kinds of opponents, so many different physical builds of opponents, and in 2 different weight classes. Really, the only kind of guy he hasn't fought yet is an Arman Tsarukyan.
Right.
Like, that's the fight we all want to see. However, I want to give credit where credit is due. The UFC knew what they were doing with this. They knew what they were doing with this matchup because it was an absolute win-win for them. And now that we're here, like, despite what I'm saying about Gaethje doesn't deserve to have the belt right now, blah, 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 he is a star. And he is one of my favorite fighters of all time because he's a likable guy. He's fun to watch. Like, he is a fan favorite for a reason. He has fought so many tough guys. He has remnants of that Dustin Poirier attitude, and just that he's beloved for a very good reason. And so now we have this opportunity to have an interim champ that probably is never going to be an undisputed champ. It's just not going to happen for him. But now we have this great American, just beloved fighter that we can now put on the White House card. And even though he is almost definitely going to lose whoever he fights at the White House, unless they decide to have him fight somebody that should be nowhere near a title shot at that point, I'm just saying it's going to be so fun to watch him. Justin Gaethje always shows up. He's always a gamer. Whether he gets knocked out by Ilya or has a 5-round war with Max Holloway, it's going to be a great fight. And I know they're going to match make well for him for it to be an exciting fight. I don't think they're going to be able to match make for him to win an undisputed belt. You made a face there. Like, I
did. So there's a lot you said there is spot on, a lot. And it's funny. I texted you, I texted G, because I think the UFC with this one, like you said, we were talking about American champions and not having them. And, we don't know about Kayla. I wish and pray nothing but a speedy recovery for Kayla. I hope she can be on that card. You heard what I said. I, in my soul, don't believe she'll fight in 2026. That's my 2 cents. I don't have any inside information. I'd never talked to her about it. Just in my soul, that major neck surgery, I don't think she fights this year. I just don't. So anyways, then to have a white male, middle class American Justin Gaethje, the American, Rocky story, if you want to say, maybe in the best division in the UFC's history, the lightweight division, is amazing. It's perfect for the White House. Agreed. Now, I 100% agree. The other thing I disagree with, you said there's no shot of him being the world champion, not the interim. I think that's totally wrong. And I have
beat in the top 5 besides Paddy Pimblett.
No, I got 3. I got 3 main reasons. The first one, you ready for this one?
I meant 3 people. I was like,
no, not 3 people. The first one is, this happens all the time. Ilya just doesn't come back. They try and they try. God, Dana, the divorce is going bad. Dana, I tore my ACL. Yeah, he's just the world champion.
Oh, that would be such BS.
It could happen, El, right? Like, if I hate to say this, if Ilya Taporia tears his ACL training, Justin Gaethje is the world champion. They take the interim off.
Insane. Yeah. Okay, right. That's the one exception.
Okay, so that's one. Number 2, if Ilya, something happens and they can't get it back, and I think the Gaethje, I told you, remember last week, I was like, Gaethje and Max. One, if I think that fight can go different. So let me start there.
You're
Two
insane.
is if Max fights Charles Oliveira, literally, I know it's soon, but it's still not the great. The turnaround time isn't vast. It's 4 months, right? So I don't know if they will do that one. And then the third, the elephant in the room, and I'm just going to say it. It's going to be my big spot. I'm saying it. Tell me the UFC won't put Conor McGregor versus Justin Gaethje for the world championship for the main event of the White House. Tell me they're not thinking that, El. Tell me they're not thinking that. It'd be the biggest fight in UFC history.
That's fair. That's fair.
You,
that would
be. And Gaethje beats Conor, by the way.
I don't know.
Oh, Conor McGregor has it. He loses to an old man in the bar. I seen it on video.
Was on a lot of drugs. I don't know about that.
So do you break that down? I said a lot to you there.
Okay. So first off, yes, that first point you made, sure. To me, that's not, you're not the, yes, he's the named undisputed champ, but he did not win an undisputed belt. Like he did not, and also like, I'm torn because I think Conor McGregor is a guy you can bring back for any big fight. Yeah. But how, just for lack of a better, how absolutely shitty would that be to the actual top 5 of this division who have already been passed over for title shots?
Yeah.
Like, oh, that would suck so bad for Max.
I don't disagree on that point out. You're 100% right. But UFC is a business. The UFC on Paramount Plus, we'll talk about the numbers in a second. CBS is probably so happy right now. Paramount Plus is so happy. Imagine they're like, hey, the icing on the cake, we got Conor McGregor in the main event at the White House. Like, oh no, my goodness.
That's fair. I think you can, yeah. No, I get what you're saying there, and I could absolutely see them doing that. Yeah. Personally, after seeing Paddy Pimblett, who hits very hard and is a big guy, but is quite possibly one of the slowest strikers, tee off on Justin Gaethje, seeing how big Conor has gotten. Obviously, he's going to have to get his weight down, and that's all the drug tests and do all that. But I don't think a guy like Conor loses his power. And I think that actually is a decently close fight. I will give you that. That is a decently close fight just because of how long Conor has been out.
Exactly. I was going to say that, El, I feel like you're really skipping on that. Maybe the power's gone, but the precision, the timing, the burst, maybe all that's gone. Like he hasn't fought in 4 or 5 years.
We don't know.
I agree with. I don't know either. I'm not trying to. Yeah, I agree with you. Like it might be the last time we really saw Conor rolling, he was getting knocked out by Dustin Poirier. And I'm not just saying this. The last time we saw Poirier kind of going, Justin Gaethje knocked out him. And you know how much I love Dustin Poirier. Like, I know MMA math doesn't make sense, but I think he looked pretty good on Saturday. I think
that was the one that the Gaethje fight for Justin, like this last one, I think that was the 1 out of 10 outcome. Personally, I just think he got lucky.
You might be right. You might be right.
I just think he got lucky because we haven't seen him finish anybody else like that. And Dustin isn't getting his lights shut off like that. Like he was absolutely striking with Islam, taking hard shots, throwing hard shots. I really just think that was a fluke personally.
Sure.
It's a great fluke to have on your resume because Dustin Poirier he's the freaking man. But best. I just, and I want to go back to your Max Holloway point. The only thing that wins that fight for Justin Gaethje is a freaking time machine, Dave. Like,
he can't catch him.
No. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? The dude that just was throwing 5 bajillion punches at Paddy Pimblett's face that still couldn't figure out how to finish him. That man is knocking out Max Holloway.
You don't think a TKO? I think there's a shot.
No,
a head kick?
Not a chance. Not a freaking.
You're giving him zero chance.
Zero chance of beating Max Holloway. Max has looked absolutely untouchable. The only people that are beating Max maybe right now is Ilia Topuria and Arman Sarukian. Charles, and I don't want to count out Charles because he is so freaking good.
I think he
But I just, man, Max's style, the way he uses his anti-wrestling, the volume, how big he is now at lightweight, like he just looks untouchable.
He's great.
And he's in his prime. Justin Gaethje is 38 freaking years old.
I agree with you on that. I do, and you're probably right on that. With
Paddy Pimblett, like was teeing off on.
Yeah. And I know it sounds bad. Probably Max Holloway, that performance at UFC 300, you can argue is the greatest performance of one fighter of all time of any fight, right? So, I even think Max is like this from that, and Gaethje from 300 is like that. You're probably right. All right, we're the People's Show. We'll get right back into the Gaethje thing. There's 9 comments we haven't hit, so let's run through all these, and we'll get right back into Justin Gaethje. Patty has BJJ Justin better on his feet and better wrestling. The only way Patty could have won was just making a mistake and giving his back. Yeah, I think Justin's a better mixed martial arter than Paddy Pimblett. I think that's there. Next one,
not as good. Gaethje does not have good MMA jiu-jitsu. He has good a good MMA game as a whole. Yeah. But if we're talking actual jiu-jitsu positions where Patty's dominant spot,
$1,000,000%,
not even
$1,000,000%. You're right. Justin Gaethje is great at wrestling defense. He doesn't even wrestle really offense or submission attacks. He's submission defense and wrestling defense. A little bit like Max Holloway. It's like, hey, I don't want to beat you that way, but I'm not going to let you beat me this way. Right. Let's stand and let's do what we do.
And like the Chandler fight. Chandler has great he's not a great fighter anymore, but Chandler has phenomenal wrestling. He's so explosive, and he had some great scrambles in that fight. So
yeah, nope, absolutely. Next comment. Arman already had his title shot.
Justin got 3.
Yeah.
3 chances.
Yeah, guys, I see both sides, but I think I said this earlier, and I think Elle will triple down this. Guys, Arman Sarukian's the second best lightweight in the world. I don't care who's the interim champion. I don't care who's the BMF champion. To me, I watch MMA and watch fights. Arman's the second best in the world. And I really think he has a 35% chance of beating Ilya. Everyone else, it's like 5-0. Arman is a live dog against Ilya Topuria. That's how high I think of him. But that's just me. That's me. Ilya is fighting Islam next, in my opinion. He might.
Who knows?
They might.
Know what?
On that card, they could go Jones, Aspinall, Conor, Gaethje, and Ilya Islam and just make it the greatest card in our history.
If you do, here's the thing, too, about the Conor McGregor point. If you have other title fights on that card, Conor doesn't have to be the main event, and he doesn't have to fight for a title. He can fight anybody, and it sells. So if you have Jones and Aspinall, right, and Islam and Ilya, you don't need Gaethje and Conor anymore. You just need Conor. Gaethje isn't the same draw that Conor is.
No, I get it. I just don't know if we don't know how many Conor fights we have or any at all. If we get one, I don't think they waste one with Manuel Torres.
Oh, no. It'd have to be like a Masvidal or the Chandler fight that's never going to happen. You know, that's what I'm saying. It would have to be another staple of the sport.
No, honestly, I understand.
I can see them doing this.
You might be right. Batches of love. A birdie told me this weekend the Masvidal has 0% of happening.
I'm pretty sure Dana already said that that fight wasn't happening. So I'm just giving it. I was just throwing it. It has to be a name like that. It's not going to be a Torres. No,
well, it literally. That's what the Diaz one I can vibe with a little bit. There's not a lot of those names out there. Ferguson's gone. He's saying no to Chandler. He's saying no to Masvidal. Nate is not on contract. Like, who is it?
Eddie Alvarez is still out here trying to fight people.
How about Frankie Edgar? Frankie versus Conor. Oh,
what weight class? Frankie's gonna get smaller. Connor's getting bigger. They're gonna meet at 45.
I have a strong feeling they need to for the white. Okay, gotcha. Ilya and Islam. As either Jones or Conor may pull out, you might be right. High 5 or 5. Hi to you, John. Betches of love. Oh, that was who's going to see Ilya? we're going to see Ilya start. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I think that this scenario that you've created, this possible scenario, is the only scenario where Gaethje gets to hold on to the belt for one more fight.
Sure. All I'm saying, hell, you live in it. You are married to someone who's in it. This is a crazy world we live in. Like, it's just stuff happens. Tom Aspinall has been like the interim champ for 800 days and has never won a heavyweight match. Think about it. Like, look at his topology. Hasn't fought in a year. Then he fought and it was a no contest. He's our heavyweight champion. He hasn't won in 500 days.
Yeah, that's heavyweight. Heavyweight's like its own planet.
There's a lot of planets.
This could be fun.
That's fun. Dude.
And that's the other thing too. Can Conor make 155 even? Remember, not 156. 155.0. My phone. I don't know about that.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. I don't know. Bax is the love, by the way. Great comments.
Yeah.
Great comments.
That at 170, I could see that.
100. No, I think this is the fight, but all I'm gonna say is stuff happens. Stuff's wild. Yeah, this is what Conor Gaethje White House. I threw that out there. I think that's a real thing. So, all right, that's all the comments. So I think both of us agree, and it was kind of like the spoiler alert before it, and we talked about it. Gaethje's next fight's at the White House, right? Is that?
Okay. No, I think it's set up perfectly for that. Now, and like I understand that that's why they did that,
Yeah.
I think I'm hoping they can do, and I don't want to be super confident in Max winning this fight. I do think Max is going to beat Charles. I think it's a close fight. I do think Max will get it done. Is that too fast of a turnaround for him to be on the White House card? Because I think they're missing an opportunity there, not having him there, even though Gaethje has the interim belt. For me personally, Max is a way bigger star. So are they going to miss an opportunity to put Max on that card too?
They might. Of course, we talked. I guess it depends. Is it a 5-round fight? And he wins, but he gets hit. He gets beat up too. He gets leg kicked to death. Charles Oliveira, a lot of outside leg kicks. And it is almost, I think, not immature. It is wrong of both of us to totally out count Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira is amazing. He's one of the top 5 lightweights in history of the UFC.
I mean, I think I think he beats Gaethje too. I think he beats the guy right now too. And I gotta be honest, I'm so high on Max right now that it's kind of making me downplay Oliveira more than I should be, because Charles has looked phenomenal too. Like, obviously, yes, he got clipped by Ilya. Everybody gets clipped by Ilya, but he looked fantastic against Gamrot. Like, I can't, like, it was pretty flawless. Obviously, Gamrot doing Gamrot things, taking insanely tough fights on short notice, but even still, Gamrot is always game, always tough, even on short notice. So,
Jake, this was literally, I was going to transition to it, and I appreciate you doing it. Me and Elle, a little text beforehand. I'm so happy and positive about this. So let's get right into it. Our buddy Jake wrote in, I can't find any numbers, but UFC 324 averaged 4.96 million views. Will this be enough for Paramount to recoup 7.7 billion? No one seems to know what the figures are turn a profit. 8 things. One is, that was the middle number. They capped, what did I tell? It was 5.9 million now. That's what I texted. Guys, they're the highest
dollars a month, Yeah.
What's
5.9 times $8 a month?
Right. Like, exactly. There you go. And guys, sometimes it's not even about, and I got 3 businesses. I had a failed business 20 years ago. I think I'm pretty good in it. Sometimes it's okay to lose money on something, but if 6 billion people are on Paramount Plus and be like, oh, wow, Mission Impossible is on this. Oh, wow, there's this new show on this. They're just going to keep watching it. As a dad of 4, we wake up every morning and I turn on my TV and I put on Disney Plus. Like, we are computed that way in our household because we have 4 kids. Now maybe an 18-year-old boy for the first time who never had Paramount Plus before turned on Paramount Plus and like, dude, there's this movie, there's Top Gun on it, there's Amazing Race, whatever, football, whatever. Maybe now they will put on CBS Paramount Plus when they wake up. And that's when they compute the money. It's not about just what the UFC is watching. It's about the whole brand of it.
Well, and if nobody else, just the people who signed up for UFC, if we're just counting them, just for the people who signed up for UFC,
sure. Yeah.
Not the people who are, as they keep promoting it more, are going to sign up throughout the year. Right. Just going off that, 5.9 million, right? That for that whole year, if everybody's paying $8 a month, that's assuming nobody has the premium.
Great.
Nobody has premium. Everybody bought it annual. That's $566.4 million for the year. The deal with the UFC is a 10-year, right?
7 years. 7 years.
Okay, so that times 7.
Yeah, times it by 7
would be $3.96 billion.
Okay, so $4 billion. So again,
nobody else signs up for the rest of the year.
Right. And like we said earlier, so it's $4 billion. Maybe that's a loss on the 7.7, but it guys, it's these people are going to stay. They're going to watch other stuff, and the more you watch, the more Burger King commercials on other shows will be on, and that's how they just keep making money. So I don't want to leave this just yet because I'm so happy about these numbers, but I see something in here. I just want to put it up real quick. What do you think about the ads? I've seen a lot of people complaining about them. I don't really mind them. Yeah,
Me neither.
There's 9 out of 10 ads I didn't mind. Same thing. I watch Netflix and Disney Plus. Sometimes Woody is about to save Buzz Lightyear and it goes into a commercial. It happens. I don't pay for the premium. We live it. I've seen the movie already. We know what's going to happen, and it goes back to it. So I don't mind it. There's a couple that bothered me. In the big fights, I want to hear the corner. Like, I really want to hear what their corner, maybe because I'm in it so much and I want to know this information. I want to hear that. Also, and I know this is the WWE part of me, I want to see every walkout. I'm upset on I'd rather see little Burger King commercials in the first 10 seconds of Rose and Natalie Silva, who we know we're not going to see a Masvidal knee. I'd rather see a commercial in the corner of the fight than miss the walkout. But that's just me personally. Maybe other people will totally disagree with me. But I
don't care about the walkouts. I do care about the corner cam.
Okay. I
guess the reason I don't care as much about it live is I watch so much film. I'm going to go back and watch the fight later. And so I'm going to get that anyway when I rewatch the fight. I haven't rewatched anything on Paramount. I guess I'm used to this from ESPN, so I'm assuming it'll be the same. So from ESPN, I would go back and there would be some of the fights you don't get to hear the corners on ESPN either.
Right.
But anytime I go back to rewatch it, I get that footage.
Right.
So I guess I've never minded before. We'll have to see if when I go back, because I have not had a chance to rewatch anything from Saturday night just yet. Okay. Busy. So I'll have to go back and see if that's something we're going to get from Paramount or not.
It is. I see this, guys. I live on social media. It's probably too much of me, but I live on it. You can't, if our president of the United States of America came out and said, "Hey, America, this is Tuesday, January 27th. I'm going to give you and every family member you have $100 today." Everyone should smile and say, "Thank you." There's probably people out there be like, "Oh, I want 200," or "Oh, I don't like you because whatever," right? People will complain to complain. Maybe the worst analogy in my history. I don't know.
One of your better ones.
Thank you. I appreciate it. My point is, guys, I with a business, I spent $80 a month. I had to watch the pay-per-views, had to, and there's write-offs and taxes and all that, but I had to spend that $80. I'm spending $8. I am so happy. I will watch Burger King. I will watch any commercial you'll give us. Like didn't bother me one iota. It just didn't.
I would be surprised that the people who are complaining the most are the ones who actually buy every pay-per-view. I bet you the people who complain the most probably only buy 1 or 2 a year, the biggest cards of the year.
They probably stream them and never bought them ever.
Or they stream them for free, so they don't care. But I'm just saying the people who are buying them and that are really upset about the ads, I would imagine I'm not going to assume, but I would imagine are probably only buying a couple pay-per-views a year. Like Jillian and I were talking about this on Sunday. Like, we're fans of the sport. We're in the world of the sport. We're gonna buy it.
Yeah.
So to be able to sit down, I paid it's $750 a month if you buy it annual. Yeah. I paid $750 a month. I'm literally gonna watch what would have been $180 worth of fights in a 2-week period in the same month. I'm paying $750 for that.
It's crazy. It's amazing.
I wanted to talk about the ref cam. Somebody commented on that.
Yeah, I was gonna keep on going down. It said, surely it's about new subscribers the UFC are bringing in. Yeah, for sure. But also think, okay, 2 points on this. Your point, Jake, is right. They want new subscribers, but also think of this. Think about the subscriber base they already had that were maybe like, hey, life is getting pretty tough. We got to, hey, darling, your wife comes to you, be like, hey, you got to cut 2 streaming services out. Yeah. And if you're the husband, we're like, oh, crap, it can't be Paramount Plus. The UFC's here now. Can't be this one. So there's definitely some retention, huh?
But they'll cancel ESPN.
ESPN and HBO Max is going in my house. I'm losing it. I just, there's stuff I got to give up. I cut my lawn service out too, but that's another story for another time. But, just retention. Also, it's just good grace. Like here at Fight Bananas, I would just only use this. Everyone that watches us or likes our stuff, I think it's 95% positive because I think we give out a good service or good content for free. We could have put this behind a paywall and maybe people will be like, it's whatever. You're doing a good service for people. People will always tune in or pay the $8 or whatever. The multi-view for each fighter corner was awesome. I didn't see this yet, so I'm excited actually. Did you see that at all, or not yet?
Briefly, yeah. I think it's cool. I like that idea. I am with Chris here though. Like, yeah, I do want to hear what the coaches are saying.
1,000,000%.
So maybe that's an adjustment that they'll make.
Yeah, it was the first show, guys. Think about it. It really was their first show. I think implementing the ref cam like PFL would be a win too. Not bad.
All right, listen. I hate the ref cam in PFL. I'm sorry, Batches of Love. You've been killing it in the comments. But
really has Patches of Love.
But here's my beef with the ref cam in the PFL is they literally do it. They switch to it while I'm watching the fight live, and it looks like this.
It's like the Blair Witch Project.
I haven't seen what happened yet, and I have to watch it blurry and weird now. Now, what the UFC did on this last one is they did do one replay on the ref's cam, and it was dope. I am all for replays on the ref cams. I love it, and I think PFL should switch to that if you're watching PFL because PFL has great production. Love it. Don't like watching a live fight where I can't see what's happening because the ref is moving. But I did like the replay with it. I'm with you on that, Batches of Love.
All right. Before 2 more comments, let's stay here in PFL world because I said that, and I know probably that's not going to be G's thing. Gillian Robertson, by the way, will be live on this show in around 23, 24 minutes. You're savage, my savage, our savage. All right. And I don't know if you saw this. I was so happy. PFL sends me emails maybe every other day. We love the PFL. I think right now the game plan is Elle and myself will both be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for that event. I woke up this morning to a great email saying, hey guys, 2026 is the new. We have new rankings for the first time ever that the PFL middleweight, welterweight, heavyweight, light heavyweight, featherweight, their champion, number 1, 2, 3, all the way to 10. It's awesome. I had so much fun going through it, reading it. We're not going to break it down. It's probably not the space for it. Maybe it's another show for another day. But I am so happy to see the PFL had champion and they have rankings for their divisions.
Well, and they don't have champions for every division yet, but this is how you set it up to finally have a true undisputed champion instead of a tournament champion and 2 different heavyweight champions for this one weird thing we do once ever. And, so it's like they're finally set up in a way where we can really appreciate who the best in the world is within their organization.
Yeah.
Now, I think the 135 rankings are a little interesting.
Ooh, you already got some gossip for it. Okay.
Well, it's so I think that they have to do this for a second, just until they have more people like that fight, just because like Marceli Alves, like he won the tournament, right?
Yep.
Last year. So why is Sergio at the top? It's kind of like it's just a little weird because it's like
Sure.
they're basically discredit. So and they did this to themselves. They did the same thing to Dakota. It's like everybody knows she's the best at flyweight. Why on earth her last fight and probably her next fight are not going to be for belts? It's just silly, like we know she should be the champion. So it's like if Sergio's the best guy or Marcelli's the best guy, like we need to be able to see that. And I think they're on their way to that. They just had to make rankings because the tournament disrupts this so much that they kind of didn't have a choice until they start having a regular season of events, And then
Right.
I think things will start to shift pretty dramatically this year.
I agree.
And we'll see, because obviously you have like big fights coming up. You have Johnny Eblin, who's a former champion, is fighting a guy that's never fought in the PFL before, but is very highly touted in the UFC. So it's like, I think it's
no, I totally agree. And you said a lot of good there and a lot of right there for sure. El, the only thing I would kind of just throw in there, sometimes in life, it's okay to, my analogy is when our garage gets so messy, we take everything out and start anew. Like we just got to get everything out instead of like trying to do it step by step. I get what you're saying. And I they're not going to say nothing happened in 2025, but it just seems like, hey, we're starting anew. We're starting the best way we can. And we do think that Pettis is above them. Like if they fought each other in Vegas, they probably have Pettis as the betting favorite. Maybe, I'm just saying. So they don't want to go back to their history and be like, hey, he's above them.
But the guy who won the tournament is ranked fifth.
No, I get it.
Basically just says, oh, the tournament meant nothing.
Maybe. Hey, they're not doing it. So the new regime is telling you what they thought about it.
That's fair. That's fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's a good point. Obviously, they have Dakota ranked where she should be. And then as you go up in the weight classes that have like undisputed champions, I think they're doing a better job there. Obviously, like you have Costello. Of course, Johnny is right underneath him. But then it's like, but Fabian won the tournament and he's ranked quite high. But they also didn't have like a super established 85 division before that. So it kind of makes sense. Like they didn't have as much come over from middleweight as they did from 135. So I kind of get it. It's definitely going to take a year for them to settle in and have a more established system, which I respect. I'm so glad they're doing this though.
Yeah.
It's going to be so good for them.
It looks like it's a real MMA organization. They did it.
I can actually by the way, the PFL app is freaking awesome.
It's so good.
The old DAZN app that Bellator had was just the worst app ever. I could never find any of Michael Chandler's fights. It was so bad. But I feel like looking at I can actually get behind these guys. I can go look them up on the PFL site instead of trying to figure out who's better because so-and-so fought this guy 3 times this year and then didn't fight the next year because of the tournament. Like I can actually go and see who the best guy in PFL is.
So cool.
It's dope. You can actually get behind and become fans of fighters with this setup.
I'm not just oversaying this. I think the last 50 days of the PFL, and they've had 0 events. I think they had 1 event, maybe that Cyborg at the end. Long story. The last month or so has been amazing for the PFL, and there's been no fights. Like them just, I hate to say this, kind of taking Don Davis out of it, promoting more John Martin. You see him there. How they're promoting fights, how they're announcing fights. I don't care. They're saying the Dana White thing. Hey, PFL tomorrow, big announcement. That works for the UFC. Just do it. Just put on good fights, promote it well. Their videos are great. Dalton Ross is in Pittsburgh right now promoting. They are doing such a good job. There's rankings. I am so excited for this year for the PFL. I think I want to go to at least 10 events this year. There's cities we can't say out loud that we are close to us, but there's going to be a lot of America PFL events for Elle and I. I cannot wait.
Are they doing the? I probably shouldn't ask you that on air. I'll ask you later.
Okay.
'Cause
Damn, that's a Dave thing. That's what I do.
I don't know what you know. So,
All right.
okay, I'll say it this way. I hope that they are not going back to Universal Studios. I like the that Orlando is close to me, but for the venue, I think it is time for them to have some real arenas. That is all I would say.
With you saying that, I'll say this. They are not going back to Universal Studios.
Let's go.
A real arena.
I'm ready to see some. Oh, that arena in Nashville. I know they weren't big enough to fill it, but it was still so cool. And they made it feel full the way they set up the stage and everything. That was
even one better. The one that I went to in North Carolina was amazing. Yeah. Nice. It was so much fun. Me and Uncle Drew and Coach John was there, rooting on Chris Mixon. Great card, by the way. All right. There we go. We gave PFL 15 minutes. It's 41 minutes and 14 seconds into the night in the show. We have not mentioned Alexander Volkanovski. This is a downtown, by the way. It's a big card.
All I can see is it's just shiny.
Oh, I'm into cards right now, El. That's all. That's what I'm doing in life. So
it looks like
a lot of cards. Volkanovski is back against Diego Lopez. We were so excited for the UFC to be back and so excited for UFC 324. This card to me has been very underlooked and overshadowed. I'm so happy we're here. I'm so happy. I know people did not like this main event for a long time. It's here now. I'm pumped. I can't wait for it. I do think that the younger, now coming off a very big knockout victory off of a guy who we just saw beat Arnold Allen, I think Diego Lopez has got a lot of momentum. I think he knows what he did and how he lost. I think he's got power. I think Volkanovski's older. I think Diego's got a shot. I'm just going to throw that out there. I think Diego's got a more shot than what people think.
He has more than a shot, Dave.
Yes, El. Let's go, El.
No, I was definitely part of the group that did not like this fight when it was announced. And I'm not going to lie to you. I definitely wanted Movsar or Lerone Murphy to get this shot. And I do think that they both deserve it more. But this is the entertainment business. And if Diego Lopez is nothing else, he is, gosh darn, one of the most entertaining fighters of all time. So their first fight was phenomenal. This fight's going to be phenomenal. It sets up so much for them. I kind of agree with this here. I kind of agree that they want Volk to lose. I don't think they want him to ride off into the sunset. It's not good for business. Like, let's use an example. This is why John Jones coming back and not being weird about contracts was so important for the heavyweight division, because every champion we get doesn't feel like the real champion because they never beat Jones. They don't want a repeat of that at featherweight, especially when it already feels like the champion isn't the real champion because the champion fought once and then went off to lightweight. So they kind of feel like they're back in this mode where if Volk retires with the only person beating him being Ilya, you just don't get excited about whoever takes the place next, especially if Volk never fights a Movsar or a Lerone Murphy, an undefeated guy that nobody can beat, you know?
Right.
And so I do think they kind of want Volk to lose. I think it's better for business long term. If Diego wins the belt here, you have this rematch, this huge rematch to set up with Movsar. I think a fight with him and Lerone is big. You have Yair, who should never get another title shot, but probably will because it's Diego Lopez. Like, you just have so much you can do with Diego Lopez. Meanwhile, Volk is getting older. And I think they would rather, if Volk is going to lose, if he's too old now, I think the UFC would rather he lose to Diego Lopez than Movsar Evloev.
Don't disagree with that. How funny, and let's just be honest, right? The UFC last week in there, and they will never say this out loud, it's just the God's honest truth. They're in their dressing room, and Dana and the boys are like, man, if Paddy wins, it's a good night for us. You know, he's a cash cow. Sets up the Paddy and Taporia fight that we will probably never get, but money-wise, it's better. UFC the next week comes the same thing. I do not disagree one bit on the last 18 minutes you just said about Diego Lopez.
Rant.
No, minute 80. You, dude, please rant more. Please. I love it. They probably think the same thing. It's better for business, the youth, all that. What happened if the old Unc Volkanovski wins again? And it's like this mirror image of 324, 325. He's the betting.
Sorry.
I was just going to say, he's the betting favorite. And if you ask me right now, I guess let's do it 45 minutes in the show. I'm picking Volkanovski to retain the championship. I think he's going to win. I remember how good I felt about Gaethje. I do not feel that way about this fight. I'm 55% Volk, 45% Diego. So I think it's a close fight, but I'm leaning the veteran champion. He's at home. I don't think he's ready to give it up yet. I really don't. I think the retirement thing got pushed pretty heavy last year because of what Poirier did, Cejudo, Dominic Cruz. A lot of people left the sport and we're like, oh, Volk is old. He's going to leave the sport. No, I don't think he is. I think he's got 4 more fights left. 4 fights.
I agree with you. I think Volk has more juice left. And I think he is the kind of guy that will fight longer than he should.
Yes.
That concerns me. And I think we're getting awfully close to longer than he should. And I'm kind of on the opposite side of that. I still think this is a very close fight. It's absolutely a winnable fight for Volkanovski. But I'm 55 Diego, 45 Volk here. Because for a couple of reasons. One, he's riding a huge high off the Silva fight. Because that, and we just saw last weekend how highly that fight pushes Diego in the rankings. Because Arnold Allen is one of the best 145ers on planet Earth consistently for years. And Silva looked phenomenal, which just makes that performance that Diego had.
Yeah.
And before that, he lost a close fight to Volk.
He did.
The guy who beats almost everybody, right? So,
and his other loss was a close fight on 5 days' notice to the undefeated Mozart.
It wasn't a close fight. It was, no, go back and rewatch it. The fight was not close. Movsar definitely won the fight. There were a couple moments where we were like, oh, Diego might get this leg lock. But Movsar won every round. Like, it wasn't that close of a, Movsar won the fight. But Diego did so much better than we expected him to on short notice that you have to give credit there. But I'm not going to say that was a close fight. But I feel like I think it's a closer fight if they fight again, 100%. But it's I just think there's so much momentum here behind Diego, and he's looked really big, and really good, and just Volk he still has it. He still has everything, but he fights a little more cautious now. He doesn't seem quite as fast as he used to. You know, there's teensy little things, and they're tiny. They're tiny changes. But I think in this fight, if Diego has the same opportunities he had the first fight, I think he might be able to finish him.
Right.
Now, Volk may make some really great adjustments, and Diego just may not get those opportunities. We've seen that before. The very first time Volk and Max fought was probably the closest fight they had, right?
Yeah. You're right. Good point.
Every time they fought after that, Volk just looked better and better. And so
that's a great point.
We might see that because Volkanovski is a wonderful student of the game, and he has a phenomenal team behind him.
Yeah.
And part of it, and it's not a good argument, but I just have I got a weird feeling.
No, that's good. That's me, Elle. You know me and my feelings on some main events. I probably will give you a better answer later in the week when I watch Embedded all week and see them interact. Yeah. But love all that. I thought probably the best thing you said there, Elle, was spot on. Volkanovski fought Holloway, who me and you as high as anyone. He's the 3rd best fighter in the world right now, maybe in his prime. He fought him, beat him, and then fought him 2 more times and got better each fight, it seemed like. So that gives me actually a little bit more hope for Volk. He's like, oh, guys, in this fight, we were beating Diego when we didn't get in the phone booth. We were doing outside, jab, get out, outside, jab, get out. And they might just do that for 5 rounds and never give Diego the shot to get in the phone booth and Diego do that wild thing.
The only caveat to that is if he fights him more cautiously, and Diego is like, oh, I don't have to respect him as much, then the fight might be closer, or it might be like close, but Diego might have the bigger moments, and a handful of judges might see that and give Diego rounds where Volk would have won the round if he had just had a little more of a stamp on the round. So there's a caveats to fighting that way, you know? It's like it's a little less risk, but sometimes less reward as well.
Elle, where is UFC 325 located?
He's lost there before, obviously, to Islam Makhachev. Like, yeah.
You ready for this one?
Likely that Volkanovski is losing a decision. But if Diego drops him,
I get you.
And that's the biggest moment in the round.
Sure.
That round could go to Diego, you know?
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. And you said something about Diego and Mozart. I feel, and I said this, I think multiple times, and maybe people will disagree with me. I think the same way about Volkanovski and Islam, the first fight. Like, Volkanovski did so good and so much better than what we thought it was going to do, but he still lost the fight. Like, I had Islam 3-2, maybe 4-1.
One round for that's it. And that's the thing. It's like people call that fight a close fight. It wasn't a close fight.
Right. It was a really
competitive fight.
Yes.
It was a competitive fight. Yes. And it was impressive because now we see how amazing and enormous Islam is, you know?
Right. So that's funny you said it, because that's the first thing that popped in my head.
That's still a point for Volk, though, because that's a level of opponent that I don't think Diego Lopez has ever seen it, just because of the size difference too. I think Lopez has fought some really great fighters, but they have all been true featherweights.
Totally agree. And back to the Diego, and I know he has the Silva win, and it's looking really good. That's a really good win. His two toughest opponents, it's kind of a little Arnold Allen-ish. His two toughest opponents, he lost. Like, Volkanovski has beaten, best of the best. And even like you said, when he lost to a guy like Islam and, was in the fight. I just think I'm not trying to say, it's not the same, because I said it was different from this week. There's a little patty to Gaethje. I've just seen Gaethje and I've seen Volkanovski beat the best, lose to the best, but fight in the best all the time. For the last 7 years, look at Volkanovski, Aldo, Mendez, Max, Yair. He just fights everyone and beats everyone. Brian Ortega when Ortega was good. So
they almost snatched that neck too. If there had been a neck to snatch,
I know.
Damn. Man, you're 100% right. The only thing that I think gives Diego a leg up right now, and it's a big leg up, is the Silva win, because I don't think Silva is who he's going to be yet. So I think that win is going to age really, really well.
Right.
Like, to perform that way against a guy like Arnold Allen is just, I don't think people realize how impressive it is, because Arnold Allen is a more inactive fighter that not as many people maybe know.
Yeah.
He's just not as big of a name, but he is a really good fighter.
Right.
And such a good fight. I think both those guys got robbed of $100,000. They should have bonused, in my opinion.
Over Gaethje and Patty?
It was the skill level of that fight. The fact that there was actually a chance the other guy might win. Like, it was actually back and forth. Like, the skill level was so much higher in that fight. It was such a good fight. But if a doctor was
G's having a little technical difficulties. Let me say this, and I'll try to give her the link. There's a lot of people that love this or hated this or in between. What is your thoughts about the Gene Silva surfing of Arnold Allen?
Is it a little disrespectful? Yeah, but here, okay. I feel the same way about like Josh Hokett. Like, people are like, "Oh, this is cringy. It's bad for the sport." And I want to draw some inspiration for this point from the world of freestyle wrestling. Freestyle wrestling is one of my favorite things to watch. I appreciate the sport, and I'm so happy with what Real American Freestyle is doing, because I think they're finally making it a spectator sport, because freestyle wrestling is not a spectator sport. It is, if you celebrate a teeny bit too much, you can lose your win. in folk style and freestyle wrestling. Like, and people get so butthurt about the teeniest bit of showboating in that. And that is why there is so little money for these guys in that sport. And that is why it's just not a big spectator sport. You have to have some of that. You have to have some character. You have to have some personality. It, like Josh Hokett, you want to call him cringe, that's fine. That doesn't mean it's bad for the sport. It's so good for the sport to have like personalities and character. I don't like Gene Silva's personality. I think it's freaking bonkers that he screamed and cried at the belt. That was weird as heck. But I still think it's good for the sport, even though it's not what I would do and it's not how I would act. I think it's still good for the sport. And while I kind of feel for Arnold Allen getting disrespected a little bit like that, it's not an illegal move. Nobody got hurt. I think it's fine, to be honest. I think we need a little bit more. Oomph. What's up?
Can you try to get Gillian the link? Yeah, it's not working for me either.
She can't log in?
No, she's logging in, but they're saying that it's not active. It's like the link is nowhere the show is nowhere to be found on StreamYard.
Let me text her the guest link. Hang on.
Yeah. My fault, guys. My fault.
Yes, Chris asked if we went to RAF. You want to put that up? We did. It was great.
Yeah, Elle and Grant went there.
It was awesome.
Elle's been talking about it for 3 weeks. Dude, love me some Grant.
Love me.
You want to
have
the show with us?
What you drinking?
I can't even see him.
I know. I'm sending Gillian the link. She's having technical difficulties.
Drinking a Coke. Room temperature.
So
you're crazy. Are you ready? Let's go right now.
Are we doing a card break? Here, go get a chair.
At least one pack.
All right.
He's gonna grab a chair.
All right.
You okay? Did you get kicked?
Did you send her the link?
He's like hobbling.
I want to see the other guy.
Who was the other guy today?
Dakota and Nico.
There's some big boys.
Hey, just in case.
They're mean. They hit me
just in case you didn't know. Patriots going. Oh. All right, Sean. That's funny. That's funny.
Before we start.
Yes, sir. Right. We're good. We're good. We're good. 1 minute before doing these cards, I think G will jump on. Elle, you sent her the link. We're good on that.
I texted it to her.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. We broke down UFC 324 for 40 minutes. Any minute or two, especially we have a new lightweight interim champion. Anything in your division pops in your head about it?
No, I mean, I'm going to sound like such a hater, but I just don't think the two best guys in the division fought for the interim title.
No, you don't sound like a hater.
Gaethje's 5th and Patty's 7th.
Right. The difference is you guys have zero chance of fighting those people someday. And as small as it may be, there is a chance that I will have to fight those guys someday. So I like to be a little bit more thoughtful about what I say.
I think you were very thoughtful. And
he's,
right. Yeah.
The wife that's like, my husband's a UFC fighter and he could beat you up.
No, I would never do that.
This dude's 6'6".
I would never do that ever.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Did you? I don't. Probably haven't heard this, especially if you coming back from getting kicked by Dakota Bush. Did you see the numbers for UFC 324?
No, I didn't.
Killed it.
The peak of it. The peak. 5.9 million people watching UFC 324. The most watched UFC in the history of the sport.
That's amazing.
That's better than Conor versus Khabib.
Conor, yeah. It's. I can't explain or be so happy. It's going to change, I think, the sport forever. I think the UFC's been like this forever. Now it's like
one thing that I would like to mention. I don't know if you're seeing this, but I'm seeing all online that everybody's complaining about there being too many ads.
Yes, we talked about it.
I think there's the exact same amount of ads. The only difference is that like some would be ads for, Whoppers and others would be ads for fights coming up. And they just didn't play the ads for the fights coming up. Like we still had the same amount of fights. We were still in bed an hour earlier than we would have been if it was a normal pay-per-view.
We only paid $750 for 2 number cards.
Yeah, well, we bought the whole Paramount Plus for the whole year.
$750 a month.
Yeah, it's amazing.
In total, it was $80.
$90, $89.99.
So $5 more than what a pay-per-view would have cost. Like, y'all quit bitching, man. Like, the money's got to come from somewhere.
Yeah,
be glad it's not coming from your pockets.
Right.
Like, we got a good thing here. Shut up.
I know. Okay, so
at least the ads were different ads. When it was on ESPN, it was the same 3 ads over and over again.
The one thing, and I think Elle and I really both agree on, the one thing that I hope they change in the future, and I hate to say this about the big fights, hopefully all fights, but the big fights, I do want to hear the cornerman talk to the fighter in between the rounds. I want them to say, Gaethje, hey, you lost round 2 here. Patty's really working the jab. Let's get her head off the center line, and then let's get to work. Cool. I think that's fun, you know?
Yeah. There's a lot of things. I would like, I know why they can't do this, obviously, because then like scouting teams would be able to listen in on the corners. But I think a version of the fights that you can like pay for, where you have like 100% of the corner, like you can, instead of listening to commentators, you can listen to the corner while watching the fight. I think that would be. I'm a freaking nerd about this kind of stuff, though. So maybe everybody else wouldn't think that's cool. I think that would be so cool.
The only problem with that is who's translating for half the corners. Like, you literally have to have a live translator for the.
When was the last time you watched a movie that wasn't in your language?
Well, I know. I'm just saying,
like, you don't watch those.
Fair enough, but if you're going to pay for, you're saying you're paying extra. You have an extra subscription for this, and then half the fights, the cornermen don't speak English. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
Not half.
We're talking about someone who speaks great English. Someone who's been talking to. What a great transition. God, I deserve a raise. I deserve a raise. All right, guys. Top 10 strawweight in the world, UFC record holder, the stunning Gillian the Savage Robertson. What's up, G?
Speak great English.
I do. Words are my friend, G. Words are my friend.
Can I just say to Grant's point there of the corners, I'm like, most corners don't have anything intelligent to say. I'm like, most corners are sitting there screaming, go, breathe, bro. Like, it's
punch him. You punch him.
Yeah, that's get up.
That's a good point.
I don't know. I've seen a couple where it's like they call it out and then it happens, and I think that's always really cool. Like, you can't tell me that Trevor Whitman is saying punch him, you know, like he's got
I'm not saying all corners, but I'm saying most corners. I'm like, a lot of corners I listen to, I'm like, there's so much going on. There's 3 people yelling at one time. I'm like, how do you expect your fighter to react to any of this?
You've got to lead. I love it. Make sure there's a lead in the corner.
Right before Gillian came on, I did open up a pack of cards, and we will do this. And I actually want to do this with G. I just kind of sneak through the cards. There's a couple Gillian the Savage Robertson type of hints I think she'll do all right on. So we will get into that. We got 15, 20 minutes. That's we really talked a lot about 324. I know you guys did it Sunday as well. I do want to get into 325. Also, my one thing I want from both of you, Grant and G, because me and Elle went heavy in it. What's next for Gaethje? And are you sure about what's next and where it's going to be and who it's going to be? What is Justin Gaethje's next fight? When, where, and who? Let's start with ladies first. Let's start with G.
I think like being the interim champ, as long it's saying that Ilya does come back, I think that like that fight does kind of have to happen. I don't know. I've heard a lot of talk about the White House now. I don't know. I don't know if that's a big enough fight for the main event of the White House, though, is where.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I agree.
American lightweight champion against Ilya Topuria is not big. What's bigger than that? To Grant, to G, what's bigger?
I don't like. Obviously, like there's the talks about the John and
maybe John.
Yeah, I'm like, I just don't think Gaethje is a big enough name necessarily.
Yeah.
Wow, I did not expect this.
To go off her point, I don't even think it's that he's not a big enough name. It's just that I just don't see a world where he beats
Ilia
Topuria. So
I agree with that.
In the event, you want to have a type of like, I'm excited for this fight because I'm not sure how it's going to go. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be more excited about Arman versus Ilia, even if, God forbid Ilia smashes Arman. At least we would see how he does against a really good wrestler who's young, who's not, intimidated by his power and his stature. Arman is so strong here, and that's what I want to see. Somebody who's not going to get tired, going to wrestle, and not going to lose to him right off the bat.
I love that both of you kind of went there and said that, and I love that you said I agree. And I have Ilia winning that fight 98-2. I do as well. However, the one thing I will say is the biggest fight in UFC history was Khabib Nurmagomedov and Conor. I don't know where you guys were at that time. I thought Khabib Nurmagomedov was going to win that fight 100 out of 100. Like, I didn't think that was a big thing. John Jones has never lost in the octagon. Like, if he fights whoever he fights, I'm picking John Jones. Like, I don't agree with the main event has to be a 50-50 coin toss. Like,
here's the difference with that fight, though. Conor McGregor's, I need to make sure I remember this correctly. Conor McGregor's MMA fight before he fought Khabib was against Eddie Alvarez, and he looked untouchable.
Agree.
Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje. Paddy's throwing punches like this, and Justin Gaethje's throwing punches like
almost maybe finished Gaethje at one point.
Yeah, like it just doesn't.
Well said. No, I agree with that. I agree. But did you have Khabib or Conor in that fight going into it?
Of course, you have Khabib, but it would have been out of this world if Conor had hit a slip, caught him, put him down. Like, of course, you could see that outcome. I just don't see an outcome where Justin Gaethje beats somebody like Ilia Topuria. So I don't think you can put that as the main event.
No, that's what I was going to say. I feel like Conor still had a chance in that. He still had a puncher's chance.
He's in.
Yeah, and like there was still that hope where Gaethje, I just don't see any way that he does win this fight with Topuria.
Exactly. If he can't knock out somebody like Paddy, who is very, very hittable, not very, defensively sound. I just don't even see him landing against Ilia Topuria. I can't see him hitting Ilia clean to be able to knock him out.
Just me and Elle did this for like 15 minutes, and I love it. And I kind of just with both of you guys saying it, and I respect both of your opinions so much on the fly. How about if they go? Ilia's been saying this forever. He's like, hey, you know what he wants to do? The main event at the White House is Ilia versus Islam, the biggest fight, maybe the pound for pound one versus the pound for pound two. And then the co-main is our American champion Gaethje against Arman Tsarukyan, who a lot of the MMA people think Arman's going to smash him. But to the middle class American, Gaethje, the American, the striker, I bet you Gaethje gets a little bit more love out there to not us, right? Like, we're in it. We know how good Arman is. To a lot of people, Arman's lost 4 fights ago. You know what I mean? I think people give Gaethje more shot against Arman than Ilia. Does that make sense?
Yeah, now you're cooking. That's okay. That's awesome. And then if you can throw John Jones and anybody, John Jones and anybody in there, I think you've got
that's the top 3. Poatan and Aspinall, and maybe Jones. Maybe Dana White stays firm. Like, no, Jones, you kind of screwed us. You're not on this card. We don't need you. We're going Islam, Ilia, Poatan, Aspinall, Gaethje, Arman. Top 3.
Poatan Aspinall is another fight where it's like Aspinall's bigger than Poatan. You probably want to lean Aspinall, but Poatan just has this. He has that ability to touch anybody and put them away. So it's like it's so much more exciting than the idea of watching Gaethje get starched by Ilia in less than a minute.
All right. Big thing to G. Let's get 325. One more 324 G. 325. This cards and great show. We message each other back and forth about this. I'm calling fights in Pensacola at Island Fights 94, and I'm watching the main card on my phone, but I'm like doing this and I'm seeing stuff. Everyone says Rose is up 2-0 on my feed. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'm like, hey, wait, Silva just won that fight. I thought Rose won. I messaged you and you're like, yeah, or you said, who did you have that? Whatever. What did you think of Rose versus Silva, G?
No, I definitely escorted Rose winning the fight. I think
Okay.
Silva had a solid third round, no doubt. She came back hard in the third. I thought the first two were a little bit more sided to Rose, but the first one was definitely a closer round. I could see how they did score it the other way, but I definitely thought that Rose was just landing more. She was seeing more Silva strikes in that first round. Second round, she was able to secure a takedown, which really won the round. And then third round, Silva came back hard. And just want to say, I guess like thoughts and prayers with Rose. She's going through surgery right now with her eye. I just saw that she posted on Instagram. So I'm like, I hope all that goes well.
Doesn't look good.
Just eye pokes. Not good.
Grant, 10 seconds. Who'd you have winning that fight, Rosa or Silva?
I don't even know who actually won the fight.
Okay. All right.
I didn't watch. I'm sorry. I didn't watch it.
Grant Dawson, WMMA. Just not, if Gillian or Elle's not fighting, Grant doesn't watch.
I was too busy watching the WNBA. You know, they had a really good game that night. I was too busy tuning in to see them.
The season hasn't even started, Grant.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I didn't watch it. Right. I didn't watch it. I love Rose. I hope she lost, right?
Yeah, she did lose.
Okay, yeah. So I feel for her, and that sucks that she's going through surgery.
Yeah, for sure. Real quick, Joshua goes, Grant Dawson, are you going to be in UFC 6?
Yes.
Dang.
I mean, they took all my pictures and like
G, you did it last year, right, G?
Thing.
Yeah, I'm like, honestly, they took my pictures like 17 times before they actually put me in it. I'm like,
I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm like, they almost like every fight week that I went forever, they were like, oh, we need to take pictures for EA Sports. And we took pictures like 20 times. Yeah. And then now I'm finally in the game as of last year. But yeah, I'm like, they took my pictures like for years. And I was like, oh, I'm going to be in it. I'm going to be in it. And I just never was.
They give you a copy of the game. Because every time they've done it, they've given me like a copy of the game, and it's for a PS4. I have an Xbox. So I've got like somewhere 4 copies of the ES.
Send them over, buddy. Send them over.
I don't even play it.
I think you guys will love this. My oldest son, Colin, was a little bit into it. Grant comes over to the house one time. He shows Colin one choke move. Colin's been at boxing and jits ever since. He goes 2-3 days a week. He's getting muscular. I think he's got like a 4-pack now. That Grant, I will always be thankful for that. But the game he plays, he's a video game guy. He plays all the Fortnite and Minecraft, all that. But now, because he likes MMA, he's playing the UFC game. My buddy Grant's not in it, but my other buddy Gillian's in it. So almost 90% of the time he's fighting in the game, he's Gillian Robertson. So how cool is that?
Oh, no, that's awesome. I honestly haven't even played the game myself once.
It's actually pretty cool. They have like backyard ones, and you can play like in different venues, like in Egypt and stuff like that. It's actually pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Have you played as yourself at all?
No, I literally haven't played the game at all ever. I'm like, I haven't. Wow. Yeah, so I'm like, I haven't even tried it.
I'm not a big video game guy myself.
I'd just be button mashing the whole time.
We play fighting, okay?
Yeah, to be fair, you're right. I would assume.
We got to do Colin will play Gillian. Colin will be Gillian, and Gillian will be, Angela Hill or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's pick that one.
All right, 1-3-25-1. We broke this down as well. I think the big main event, anything else, if you guys want to jump on it, I think Elle and I are both close. I think Elle was leaning Diego like this. I'm leaning Volk like this. Both, it's a very, very close fight. A co-main or the featured fight, Fizzy versus Rufy. There's some great fights on this card. What jumps out at you? Ladies first again. G, what 325?
I think when you're looking at the main event, it's almost like that, like how we were saying with like the Conor and Khabib. You expect Volk to win, but you know that Diego has that chance. He has like the puncher's chance. He has the finisher's chance, but I feel like Volk is just the more solid all-around fighter to me, where I'm like, I see Volk winning, but I can't count Diego out. I'm like, honestly, since his first fight in the UFC, I've been a huge fan of his. I'm like, he just constantly is looking for the finish, whether it's on the feet or on the ground. I'm like, dude's just trying to end the fight, which I'm like, you don't really see from a lot of people. So I'm like, he has the possibility to end it at any time, but I still see it going Volk's way.
I like it. Grant?
The entire camp, I was saying that Diego's going to get this done and he's going to win, and I was pretty confident about it. And then I remembered that it's in Australia, and that, dude, we saw the best fighter in the world go to Australia and fight Volk and look like dog crap. So I'm honestly 50-50 here. If it's hard to bet against the younger guy with the good chin and the power, and he made a few mistakes in the last fight that are very easily correctable. You know, throw a bit more, get a little bit more wild, get a little, Volk's probably not going to knock you out. Don't respect him as much. I'm picking Diego, but it's close. 50-50.
I said 55% Diego, 45 Volk.
Yeah, that's good. Earlier. Yeah,
and I was the opposite. I'm 55% Volk, 45% Diego. And one thing I will give Elle major credit on, she said, and I'm like, I loved it, and I'm like running with it. Think about Volkanovski in rematches. I feel like he gets absolutely better. I don't know if it's him or it's his team or there's something that they see. Volkanovski's been phenomenal in rematches. So
that's true. That's true.
I don't know.
Short notice though.
No, yeah.
That I don't even count. Like that.
Pick and prepare.
Yeah.
But when he prepared for Max each time, he got better.
He got better. He got better.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, where it's like I still feel like Max can compete at 145. Like if Max was at 145 right now, I think he would beat Diego. And I'm a Diego fan, but it's going to be interesting to see. There's a big part of me that hopes Diego wins just because I've heard, and I've got no evidence to back this up, but I have a feeling that if he loses, he's going to come up to 55, and that's all we need is another, dude at 55.
Yeah. Wow. All right. 30 seconds. Rufy or Fiziev, Hooker or Benoit Saint Denis?
I was going to say, love that co-main event. Honestly, anything you throw Dan Hooker in, I love. I feel like, except obviously against Armand, I don't want to see him grapple. Never put him against a grappler. But against Benoit, I think we're going to see the fight that we want to see. So, I'm going to side with Hooker on that one, but I think it's going to be a fight for the fans.
Okay.
And then I
think even Rufy.
Steve, I think, is just going to have the experience. I don't know. Rufy doesn't show up all the time. I feel like he does have the flashy knockouts, but I'm like, hasn't necessarily, hasn't proved himself to me. He has some flashy knockouts, but then he's had a couple more performances. He hasn't really been there.
I agree with that. Grant, 30 seconds each one.
I got to actually go the opposite of both of her picks.
I think Benoit's.
He's big. He's strong. He can grapple, as we've seen in his fights, and he's insanely tough. Hits hard, and he's young. He's young. He's hungry.
Got a hell of a chin.
This is his shot to get it done. Once again, it being in Australia changes things for me, but I just think he's too strong right here to let that affect him. And then with Rufy and Fiziev, that's a great fight. I think
it's a great fight.
Amazing fight. But I'm taking Rufy. I think that he's just a little too big, a little too sharp.
And Fiziev is not going to grapple.
Yeah, Fiziev's not going to grapple. He didn't look like Fiziev of old against Baja Mundez. And I do think that Rufy would beat Baja Mundez. So that's a little bit of fake fighter math there, but I'm picking this newcomer. Rufy's a scary guy.
I'm in between both of you guys. I have Fiziev and Benoit Saint Denis. I got one of Grant's and one of G's. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right. We did it. Very, very fun. I just opened up this pack. I ran through it. I've never done it, but this is a very Grant, L, and Gillian pack. So we're going to do it. You guys ready? I will say hints. Whoever guesses it first wins 10 points.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And
unless he decides he wants to change the amount of points we get for different cards.
True. Maybe one is a 50-point bonus. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe you should do you get it the less amount of hints you need, the more points you get. So
that's a lot of points to keep track.
Make it easy. So it's if you get it in one, you get 10. Anything after that, you get 3.
That's actually not bad. Not bad. All right. You guys ready?
No.
First guy. Connor knocked him out under a minute.
Jose
Cerrone.
Aldo.
Who?
Donald Cerrone.
Donald Cerrone.
Oh wait, you're not. You're my enemy.
Grant is up 40 points.
Enemy.
That is 10 points.
Okay, 10 points. This guy, his last fight, he lost to Mario Batista.
Patty Pimblett or Patchy Mix is what I meant to say.
Nope.
Oh,
These are old cards a little bit, 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
Knockout artist.
last fight. Jose Aldo?
Nope. Nice tattoo.
Nice tattoo.
Tattoo.
Bald.
Does anybody have nice tattoos in the UFC? Let's be honest.
A lot of people. Mario's pretty
Yeah,
good.
he's really good. Who lost him? Who's at their last fight?
He challenged for the championship.
Cheeto.
Cheeto?
No.
At first. He didn't.
White, bald.
White and bald.
Bald?
I got no clue.
Are we?
Josh Emmett? Didn't he
Josh-
just lose to Mario Batista?
Mario, this is a 35.
Damn it, you're
Foul.
fired.
Foul. The MMA analyst doesn't know what weight class.
Who did Josh Emmett just lose to?
Zalal.
Oh yeah.
Yusuf Zalal.
I should get at least a finder's point for
Damn,
that.
Dave, you might be a little racist.
All right, guys, we're done. God dang it. Knocked out Ronda Rousey.
Holly Holm.
Amanda Nunes. Oh.
Got punched in the face by Max Holloway 500 times.
Oh,
Calvin
Calvin Cater.
Cater. Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it.
There's actually a few that
Yeah.
match up with that. Brian Ortega.
Won a flyweight fight 3 days ago.
Natalia Silva.
Nope. The opposite sex.
Oh, Alex Perez.
Umar.
Nice.
Alex Perez.
was
I had
trying-
no other hints for him. I had no other hints.
No, he lost. It was the other guy. Who was the other guy?
L. Dawson thinks this fighter should never fight for a title again. Mexican, doesn't like Diego Lopez.
Yair Rodriguez.
Did he ever fight for a title?
Yeah, he won it.
Was he? Yeah. He had that
Yeah.
Mexican title with Grasso and
But
Brandon Moreno.
not a real title. It was an interim, not a real belt.
You're right. Interim. You're right.
Title against Volk.
This is a good card. This is a rookie card. This guy might fight for the welterweight championship next. Might.
Rookie card. Michael Morales.
Nope. Close.
A rookie card, honey.
I mean, he could still have a rookie
That's
card
true.
out there.
Usually.
Who'd you say?
Oh, Ian Gary. It's all tied up.
All tied up.
No.
Couple left. I'll skip that one.
I need one more, then we're tied up.
I think this is a good clue. I think this is.
Sorry,
Out of
Julia.
all four of us here,
I'm not in this game.
no, G, you're getting the last one. That's the biggest hint on the last one. You are getting the last one. All four of us here on this stream, all of us love and adore this fighter.
Dustin Poirier.
Me. Oh, okay.
Let's go.
Sometimes, Grant, you're not loved on this stream.
All right.
Usually.
Let's see. This guy he's not a fighter anymore. Massive chest tattoo.
Brock Lesnar.
Oh my goodness. Grant Dawson's amazing.
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I'm going to go here. I think we have this relationship. Grant Dawson's dad.
Bobby Green. Woo! Let's go.
Now it's tied up.
Let's
Oh
go.
my goodness.
You riled the dogs up.
My bad.
No, I'm going to skip that one.
That one's too
No, it's
much.
because he doesn't know. He doesn't know what weight class they fight. in.
F that guy.
All right, never mind. We're going back. Oh, here we go. He fought at UFC 100, 200, and 300.
Jim
He got it.
Miller.
Why couldn't I think of his
He
name?
got it.
Gosh dang it.
Jillian gets it. You're not tired.
Gillian got 50 points.
50 points.
Good, one more.
No, after
Oh, Bobby got you tied up.
All right, two left.
Jim was the 50.1 though, so
Neither of us knew Jim Miller's name.
And why did you be able to get
the
that?
second best lightweight on the planet.
Arman
Arman
Tsarukyan.
Tsarukyan? You said
Wow, the Dawsons nailed that. All right, the last card. The last card.
We're not going to say anything. Let Gillian get this. Is that what you said?
Gillian Robertson's best friend in the UFC. You can't make this up.
my best friend.
Yep.
Is this a sarcastic clue?
Yeah,
or
that's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Clue? Angela Hill?
Oh, it is Angela, yeah.
Dude, when I saw her, I was like, you cannot make that up. All
We
right.
don't need that one.
We don't need that one. Dude, even the people in the comments, look at that. Angie Hill.
They knew.
Angie Hill.
I know
Oh,
my
my
best
goodness. That's so funny. All right, there we go. We're done. That was a great show. That was a good show. G, we got what? 1 month, 14 days, and around 9 hours left?
Yeah, I think we're like 7 weeks out now. A little bit more than that, so.
Dave has a countdown going, like a digital.
I saw it on her Instagram story this
Oh.
week. So I saw it. Getting close. Crazy. We're seeing fight posters come up at the Meta Apex. The Meta Apex. I has to get used to saying that.
Got your favorite 35er as the main event. Josh Emmett versus Kevin Vallejos.
I guess I can't go to that fight. If Josh Emmett ever sees this, I can't go to that fight. I think by the way, I got Kevin winning that fight. I like Kevin's.
Watch our show.
All right. We're done. Grant, we'll talk to you soon. Hey, Darth Maul YouTube trailer. Good trailer. Fun stuff. G, you're the best. Grant, you're the second best. L, you're still my absolute favorite. You guys are the best. We'll see everyone next week.
I'm not.
Of one fight?
Yeah. Wait till